Hello friends, welcome to my channel Happy Skill with Dharmendra. I hope you all are doing great. So friend, today we will discuss on UiPath interview related queries and questions. So for friend, one of the very important questions interviewer asks is how do you handle large amount of or huge amount of data which is stored in Excel, and that Excel is let's say save on some central location. Okay, so how do we handle that using UiPath? Uh, so if you will search with this query, UiPath handle huge Excel data. So we when we need to read data, so we interact with Excel. We read data from Excel, I stored that to a data table, and whatever if we need to filter or we need to read the data, we play with the data once we have in a data table. Okay, but suppose the data is very huge on that Excel. So in that case, if we will use the read range activity, it might take lots of time to read. Suppose there are means lakhs of record. So how do we handle that situation using UiPath? Okay, so let's see now. So what is the solution here? In 2026, handling large Excel datasets, typically 50,000 or over 1 million rows. Okay, 1 million means 10 lakh. In UiPath requires a specialized strategy to prevent system crashes or slow performance. Okay, so you see he has yeah, this Google has also highlighted this to require a specialized strategy to prevent system crash or slow performance. Using a standard read range activities on massive file can often lead to memory issues. Okay, the most effective method for managing huge Excel data in UiPath includes treat Excel as a database. Okay, so this is the one way. So we should treat Excel as a database. How do we treat Excel as a database? Instead of reading the entire file into memory, use the database activity package to query the Excel file using SQL. So we need to use database activity package to query the Excel file using SQL. So kind of we will use the Excel file using the SQL query. Okay, how do we do? Let's see now. How to? Yeah, connect using the Microsoft ODBC Data Source. So this is one of the features of Microsoft ODBC Data Source. And once we connect using ODBC Data Source, then use run query to fetch a only the specific rows you need. So now once we connected with ODBC data source, then we need to use query to fetch only the specific rows on rows you need. So how to connect this ODBC data source, I will let you know. Okay, and how to query after connection is established, that also I will let you know. Okay, from your side you can try if you are able to do this. Now the benefits, this is significantly faster and avoids loading the entire dataset into a data table. Okay, so what is the benefit of this? This is faster and avoids loading entire dataset into a data table. So that's why suppose we have the lots of data in lakhs, so we cannot load everything in a data table, or it might chances that it will crash due to the large memory utilization. Okay, second method is this, it was the first method, treat Excel as a data set. Now second thing is use LINQ for data manipulation. So how do we use LINQ for data manipulation? If you must read the data into a data table, use language integration query LINQ to filter, sort, or aggregate it. So now suppose so first solution was most reliable. This is a second solution when we are able to read the data in a data table. Now we have the data in data table. We need to just manipulate the data, so that we should use using the language integration query, that is LINQ, to filter, sort, or aggregate it. Now what is the benefit of using LINQ? Uh, LINQ operations are performed in memory at much higher speeds than standards for each row loops. So it is much faster than using for each row loops. Okay, I will let you know on LINQ how to use this LINQ query. I have if you I have searched this on different search tab, explain data table link in UiPath. So I will let you know on this. Okay, just this is a kind of a one by one. Just you listen this. You will have a lots of understanding on this. Third method is workbook or Excel activity. Yeah. So there is a Excel activity, there is a workbook activity. This is also very important question that interviewer can ask, that what is the difference between Excel activity and workbook activity? When we use Excel activity, when we use workbook activity. Okay. So now let's see. Workbook activities use this for files up to a few hundreds thousand row. Okay, they are faster because they do not require Excel to be run in the background. So if we are using workbook activities, then we do not require Excel to be installed on the particular system. Okay, or no, do not require to Excel to be running in the background. Excel application scope. So if we use Excel application, then use this for a very large or complex file. Example, dot .xlxb, where Excel's on engine is needed to handle the load. So if we are using Excel application scopes, Excel application should be installed on the system. But if we are using workbook, then no need to Excel to be installed on the on the system. Okay. Now optimization. When reading, always set preserve format to false to significantly increase reading speed. Yeah. So the so when we read the data, there is a property is called preserve format that we should set to false. Okay. Third option, batch processing, chunking. Split the large file into a small chunks. Example, 50,000 rows at a time for processing. How to do this? Use the read range activity with a specific range parameter like uh, A1 to G 50,000. This is the first set. Now second set, A 50,001 to G 10 10 then 1 lakh. Okay, and so on. This way we will read all the data by splitting into a smaller chunk with a set of 50,000 records. Okay, that we can set it in a read range activity. Just we need to uh, make a dynamic loop or something like that to use this technique. Okay. Fifth way is alternative formats or tool. So what is this alternative formats or tool? Let's see. CSV conversion. If the data is static, convert the Excel file to a CSV format. UiPath processes CSVs must more efficiently than .xlxs file. So this is the one way. If the data is static, convert the Excel file to CSV format. UiPath processes CSV much more efficiently than .xlx file. So UiPath processes CSV file more efficiently than XLS file. VBA macros for complex data transformation like formatting or heavy calculation. Use the invoke VBA activity to let Excel's native engine do the work. So we can use VBA macro also. Just we will define the code using a macro, Excel macro. This also I will let you know when I will start the Excel classes. So VBA macro is also a features in Excel to to code, and we can do perform the Excel operation using VBA macro. Okay. Next point is external databases. For data sets frequently exceeding 1 million rows, the best practice is to upload the Excel data to a SQL database. Yeah, so this is one of the most significant means things we can do. If if we have like 1 million, more than 1 million rows or 10 lakh rows, the best practice is to not rely on Excel and add that data to a SQL database, so that the SQL can handle a huge amount of data. No issue on that. Just we need to connect the SQL and yeah, query on the data and have the robot interact with the database indeed. Okay, so these are the very important points, friends, when you will answer this query, how to handle huge amount of Excel data using UiPath. Okay, so just quickly I will let's revise on a high level. If there is a huge amount of data in Excel file, let's say millions of data, first and most efficient way is treat Excel as a database. So we will treat Excel as a database. So for that we need to connect Microsoft ODBC Data Source and then use a query to fetch data or perform action on that. Okay. Second thing, use LINQ for data manipulation. Okay. Fourth, workbook versus Excel activity. Fourth one, batch processing, chunking. Fifth, alternative formats and tools. Okay, so these are the 5 ways to handle large data on Excel. Okay, friends. In next video, I will discuss more on this each topic like link and all that. Okay. So yeah, I hope this content was helpful to you. So okay, friend, then do subscribe to my channel and yeah, let's meet on my next video. Okay, take care of yourself. Bye bye.